How are we doing today, kids? So, we got a good one today. We're starting the process of putting all our feeders into the cooler. So this one is mine. We're still in the process of selling a couple, so I need to get some good photos and stuff like that of how the meat's looking, how the carcasses look, and stuff like that, so I can help promote and do everything. So if you have watched the channel for a while, you saw us put our boar in, and he was about 6 months old ish. These guys are a little over 11 months old, so they're pushing 12 months old. I'm happy with the size they're at, not happy with how long it took. Obviously, that's why we've kind of switched up some genetics that we're working with. So this one is going into our freezer, so we're going to go ahead and get him chopped up, or get him spun out, prep for the cooler. More than likely, I will either do a video on breaking him down as well, or a TikTok live. I don't know yet. We're flying by the seat of our pants. So, and again, I apologize. I don't know how much of that compressor this mic is picking up, so if I'm getting drowned out, I do apologize. So, just to start out, talk about what we're doing, because again, a lot of it's going to be time-lapse. If you've been here before, you're used to it. If you're not, welcome to the channel. We do quite a bit of time-lapse because it takes a couple minutes to get this done, and you guys definitely aren't going to sit here for all of that. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take all the feet off, toss them aside. We'll make our incision cuts and just start skinning. We'll start breaking them down. I can already tell from where I bled him, they've got some fat. Not shocked. It's kind of what we were going for with the Mangalitsa Ospa in there. So I'm excited to see the fat content. I'm excited to see the marbling. So let's go ahead and get into it. And if you see me just losing my mind, we finally entered spring. So all the bugs and flies are out. So I am just swarmed. So, all right, we're just going to get going with it. So we'll see you guys in a second. All right, so we got all our incision cuts made. He's a fatty boy. So this is one of the barrows that we have. I've had my eye on him from the beginning. I really liked his coloring. His body composition was interesting because, again, for those who've been following the page for a while, I've seen these guys from Piglets. Their mother is a Hereford, pure Hereford. Their father was a 50-50 Ospa Mangalitsa. So this guy right here had the size of a Hereford with the body composition of an Ospa. So that interested me right off the bat. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to see how this all works out. I mean, once I start skinning it, you'll definitely see what I'm talking about, where this boy's a little fatty. But yeah, I'm excited to get into it. Beautiful. Guys, I can't explain to you how exciting this is. It's like Christmas on steroids. Yeah, I've been watching this guy for a year. Longer if we're talking about actually getting him born. So to finally get in here, finally break into everything and really see what we're working with now, it's fantastic. We'll get started on this side. You guys will see it a little bit better. Again, I know I was going super speedy. I don't know if you could notice that from the video. I'm really taking my time to make sure I am keeping as much fat on the animal as humanly possible. I have my knives scary sharp today, and this guy he's skinning out great. So we are just going to keep going with it. Well then, as you can see, our boy's got some fat. Again, it's what we bred for. It's what I want. I wanted a good quality fat. What's nice is this is very similar to Ossabaw Mangalitsa style fat with a very similar frame to size to the Herefords. So, once again, I can say my experiment worked with the crossbreeding I was working on. Obviously, it just needs to be tweaked a little bit, which is what we did. So, we are going to get Mr. Winky out of here.
Found Captain Winky!
Because we don't need him in the way anymore. I can already tell from the couple spots where we have gotten to meat, this meat is going to be out of this freaking world. The marbling on it is absolutely fantastic. So, we'll go ahead, get this sternum split. Just walking in circles. Nice little heart. We'll make some tacos out of it. All right, so what we're going to do now, get the tractor going, get him hung up. I already have my ropes pre-cut. So we'll get him going. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty happy. He looks good. Whoop, boy, the flies are out in force. 'Tis the season. All right, so like we do with everything else, this guy's going to be picked up a little ways off. He's not going to be fully picked up. We'll get the bung and everything cut out of him. We'll get his hind legs scun out. We'll start a gutting incision. We'll go to town. We'll get him split. See you in a second. All right, so we got you at a good angle. And again, I have to say it. Don't do this if you're not comfortable with it. I'm dumb, so it's fine. Something else I did think of, I didn't think of it when the hide and everything was still on it, but we're talking about flies. Something you can do to help with flies in a processing situation like this, especially if they're real thick and the hide's still on, mineral oil. Mineral oil works really well to kind of disperse flies, and like if they get caught in it, they get it all over the wings, they're not able to fly, and they're out of your hair. Obviously, like this, I'm not going to spray mineral oil over this carcass. So the main thing you do with that is just work fast. Again, we're trying not to dilly-dally. I am slightly, because, you know, I'm taking the time to record a video of me doing it. Oh, all the bikes are out. Somebody's rapping. Beep, 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 beep. So yeah, we're going to get these hind quarters scun out. These are going to be some gorgeous hams. I am going to do a smoked ham out of this guy. I did my first one off of that boar we did, so now I'm excited to try it with a little bit bigger ham. All right, we got that zip tied, but I gotta wash my hands because
I got the poo on me.
And we're also gonna grab a little paper towel just to pop on that real quick, just to make sure you don't get any of the yucky stuff anywhere. And again, you guys can hear me through the magic of Bluetooth microphones. Ah, it's magic. Wow. All right, so we're going to go ahead, get this pelvis split. Beautiful. All right, so just like everything else we do, we're going to start our gutting incision while this guy is still hanging here. Once again, I'm going to say it out loud again. Don't get under your bucket unless you're super comfortable with it or you have something that you can brace it with. I've done this 1,000 times. It could happen even on the 1,001st time. But just be safe, just be cautious, plan ahead as I jump under it with nothing supporting it up. Do as I say, not as I do. Woo, fat. Yeah, we're gonna be getting some good lard off of this guy. Hi there. Now you can hear me. So, I am just cleaning up this liver. Get all the extra fat and everything off. It looks really nice. And this good color to it. I don't see any worm load or anything. So, that is very exciting. We're just going to hack the gallbladder off that. So, pretty excited about this. We're going to save the liver off of this one and the next pig we're doing because they do not want the liver. And I'm going to be experimenting with making boudin. I'm going to try it for the first time. So, if you have a boudin recipe, toss it down in the comments. Let me know. All right, so we are going to do the good old handy pull and peel. So I'm going to come in here. We're going to pop the tail and everything off. Save that, mount it on the wall. That is one of the things I've always thought. I've seen people that have the deer butts with the doorbell right in the butthole. I've thought about doing that for the shop. I think that would be well, I mean, it wouldn't be appropriate. I think it would be appropriate for me to have at the shop. It's almost a shame to be splitting this guy. I should have tried to tan the hide because the hide is gorgeous on this thing. But I have so much going on right now. We're finally filling up. I've got the other, well, after the other one I'm doing today is in the cooler. I've got another 7 that need to go in, including customers' animals that will be coming in. And sitting right next to you are 5 skulls that I also need to do. So I don't have much time to worry about tanning pig hides, which in itself is a challenge. So this guy is just getting peeled. All right, so we're just going to make sure that all these bellies are peeled out enough and the skin is the only thing that is attached to this fat layer. We're not pulled down too far. Because if you were to just start pulling with the meat still on the belly, you're going to pull off a ton of your back fat. It's going to stay on the hide. And it's going to go to waste. I mean, you can go back around and skin it or like pull the fat off the hide if you want. But it's worth the time and it's just as easy to make sure that you're all lined up beforehand. Woo! Guys, some of these days I'm like, man, Kyle, you're so good at this. You should open a small business doing it. And then I go, oh my God. All right. So he's nice and pulled. So again, you see where I stopped cutting. This is essentially where the loin starts. So now this is pulled off a little bit right there. This side's perfect, but you can just look on the hide. You can see the difference of pulling all that and just leaving that nice clean fat cap on there. So now we're going to come around here, and as I remind you every time we work on pigs here at the body shop, make sure your knife does not come in contact with this animal's teeth, because it will destroy your knife. Again, it won't destroy it like it'll never be able to be used again, but you're bringing that knife right back to the sharpening stone real quick. It's gorgeous. Very nice. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, again, it's not going to hang at 210 pounds. I'm going to guess this guy hangs right around, I'm going to go 170. That's what I'm hoping for. He probably, from what I can tell, has about 1.5 inches fat cap. I did not finish these guys. I kept a very standard feed schedule their entire lives. Normally on like a production pig, I would kind of supplement their feed a little more, probably add a little more corn, some possible soy. But again, with the Ospa Mangalitsa, these guys pack on weight. So I knew that going in. So know your breeds. Know what you're raising, because it'll affect the quality of the meat in the end. So I'm going to continue this incision. If you do your skinning incision right, you can basically just continue that line all the way down for when it comes to splitting. Now let me just see how that camera angle is, so I can use this both for YouTube and TikTok. If you guys aren't following me on TikTok, make sure you do. So I am posting quite a bit over there right now. All right, let's get her split. Him. Sorry, I don't mean to misgender. A little bit of a yucky spot that we can cut off before we get a sawzall in there, vibrating everything around. I like it. Let me get this guy rinsed, and I'll show you a little more upfront view. All right, so we'll spin him around a little bit. Now that's a carcass. That is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, right around 1.5 inches up here, gets closer to 2 inches once we get up there. It's fine. I'm happy with it. I'm going to make lard with it. But you can already tell the marbling that's going to be in this guy. I cannot wait to start breaking him down. He's got good leaf fat. You can tell some of the marbling out of the hams. He's good pigs, folks. All right, so that is going to be today's episode here on Backwoods Butcher. I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to do a lot more YouTube content and carry some of this YouTube content back over to TikTok. So I appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time.